Wednesday, and Weird Wednesday is the theme. We are playing challenges in casual 5+3 through 7+3 time control. So basically long blitz, fast, rapid, and make it casual. I'm gonna welcome Azerbate to the stream and everybody else. It's early in the morning here. I'm gonna play a warm-up game. Lost all my rating points due to illness. Let's try to get some rating points back here with a quick warm-up game. No longer do I have to worry about losing rating points. This 1500 is a little low, but 5+2, that's casual. Infinite Flash is streaming. Two great streamers at the same time, Infinite Flash and myself. Good to see Infinite Flash Chess. I don't know if he's busy at the moment, I guess, doing his own thing. But he's also a mod here. Man of many talents. So, we've got a quick warm-up game, I said, against somebody. No really appealing time controls. I asked it challenging me to 6+3. Already asked it. Just a quick warm-up game against somebody. So I know how to move the pieces. 2-2. The Bishop Desmond 2-2. E4 is an interesting move there, recommended by Nigel Davies. Everybody blunders this. Oh man. 95 or... The problem with 95 is like bishop e6, take, queen h5, check g6, knight takes g6, knight f6. And then what do you do? That's a ridiculous position. And then you have like queen f5. Well, that's kind of cool. Queen f5, trapping the rook on h8. That doesn't work. Oh my god. Alright, no problem. No reason to panic. We can just play a different line. So queen h5 check g6 doesn't work. Oh, that's so disappointing. I'm crazy. There's a king coming to d7. See, that's the problem. That's why I need a warm-up game. I'm not even thinking clearly. He found it. You know, I should have played bishop takes f7, but I thought, well, maybe this is even better. Doesn't really do anything. He's got queen c8 here. Yeah, white's clearly better, but it's not winning by force in the way that I could have with bishop takes f7 check. Of course, that's just a pawn, you know. I wanted more than a measly pawn. Queen h5 check g6, knight g6. Feels like there should be something there. He made an error. Error. Five queen b3. Alright. It doesn't seem right to trade pieces here. Honestly, this move's a little over the top, but alright. It's still good. 5 queen b3. Alright, whatever. He likes endgames. Boba Oz. I like endgames too, Boba. I was trying for more, but it's a good move. It's a nice night for a stroll. It's kind of awkward to play this move. Gotta defend d4 somehow. That takes away my knight's only good square, actually, on e4. Yeah, the good square. I love the knight on g6. Alright. Feel free to take my knight. Everything's okay. I think I have a massive exchange player. He loves trading pieces. I'm a little concerned about this, like, going to a minor piece ending, because my extra pawn is doubled. It might be hard to actually convert it. Now that's not a good thing for him, to have those pawns fixed on dark squares. It's starting to look pretty good. Good to see you, Juice Box. I'm just waking up here. I started like 2 minutes early. I'm gonna have to finish a couple minutes early today. What if he played King C7? Got most of my pawns to white squares now. Well, at least the majority. The majority are voting Democrat. There's a few Republicans left on C3, D4, and E5. This looks another Democratic voter. Now that's 5. Can I hear 6? No, that's still 6. Do I hear 6? 6 white square pawns. Masturbate donated 7. Wants to see 7 white square pawns. The bishop is like a free range chicken. If I have 7 white square pawns, the bishop becomes a real hoodlum. This is gonna drop something if I do that, huh? What if I trade rooks first? Just less pawns in general remaining now. Man, this is a monster position. Look at that bishop. Wall. Let's not lose on time. That was entertaining. 3 rating points. Cleaning house. Alright. Now, back to business. Ayesta was 6 plus 3. You think the white square pawn should be Republicans? They make the bishop great again. That's a good one, man. Clash Kid, good to see you. Good morning. He's got a point there. Make our bishops great again. Sort of an ultra religious Christian far right party. Want to make the bishops great again. Okay, knight f3, bishop b4 check. I've tried the, what is it called? The Blumenfeld against Ayesta, but he doesn't, I think he doesn't allow it. We've made the joke about the bishops great again pretty much consistently. Real Grandpa, like, it's been a regular feature here. But we may have mentioned it in one of your games. The A3 that was played against me by a couple people. I remember Severani Adam and maybe Eric Cook. I never really get A3 though. Of course, it's safer to just take. Technically, white is better because he has more space. This almost transposes the game I had with Victor of the Erdos. But against Victor, his knight was on d2. Now that's a different position. He also played queen c2, a different position on entirely, a knight d2. There's a knight d2 bogo. Then the white knight is really bad on d2, so you can play against that. This is a little different. His knight's on a good square. His bishop's on the bad square. Normally I don't do this with black. I'm sort of regretting it already. Against Severani and Cook, I just exchanged on d2. I remember that. 2 draws, probably. No, maybe I beat Cookie. I don't remember. Maybe I drew a winning position. I don't remember. But a3 is not really a good move. I should just exchange on d2. This is not so good for me. Now we have a cramped position. It's going to be like an old Indian, effectively. I don't see anything better than playing an old Indian here. I don't like the old Indian. Doesn't really generate any active play. a5, you could even argue I'm weakening him. I mean, weakening myself on his side of the board. I'm expecting e4. That's why, you know, I assume queen c2 was played. But now he plays g3. Okay. Good position for white. It's almost like he's trying to give me time to play d5 because he wants that structure, like he's more comfortable there or something. He doesn't want to play e4. I get that feeling. But I guess it's funny, he normally plays the London system, so what's up with this today? Actually, adios, Juicebox. Why is he not playing the London system? And what's up with h4? Wants to see Ponda. Ponda has been summoned. Hey, that's ridiculous. h4. h4 in this position. It's not the King's Indian attack. Alright. That's Ponda's take. But he usually likes h4. Somehow he's skeptical of h4 in this position. Do I allow h6 or not? I'm thinking maybe I allow it. A very, very weird situation after b5. Levan Aronyan's h4. In what context did Aronyan play h4? Oftentimes I would play h6, but in this particular position, it's not like, it's not an open Sicilian. I guess I can allow g6 and live to tell the tale. But it's a judgment call, whether you want to allow h6 or not. The other option, h6, would give him sacrifices on h6, potentially. But I think h6 is viable. You might say h6 is safer, I don't know. Like playing like a wild man. I guess has a really good score. 110 games. This is 111. But he's got like a 20% against me, which is probably above average for his rating. He famously said the Singfield Cup to play h4 whenever you can. He's a good guy. I like Levan a lot. Alright. He's just too nice a guy to be world champion, I think. It's basically the problem. I think he suffers from the same... Well, Anand was technically world champion, right? But he had it easy. An unusual hyper-modern setup here for black. I can't play... Well, I can play b4, but I can't take back with the pawn yet. Wade, not a believer in castling, apparently. But as I mentioned, he's normally playing to London, so he may not be comfortable playing like mainline d4 stuff. Interesting. I'm gonna go for the go for the space, Alex. Space for 200, Alex. But maybe it's not so easy. We got the C file, the C4 square. Easy game. Chess plays itself. He's tough, though. You gotta watch this guy for sneaky tactics when you're least expecting it. That's like he's gotta keep that babysitter in place. No retreat. There's got to be a tactic around here somewhere. It's like my game with Arsenal fan the other day. Tactics that don't work.com. He's repeating moves now. How's he gonna hold this together? Oh my gosh, his thing is protected. Actually, if knight a4, I can just play queen a7 there. So this looks pretty good. Reminding me of the games I lost yesterday where like white's position or my opponent's position looks ridiculous. I missed something. Would not surprise anyone if I did. How can he survive constantly without any kind of tactic for me? Just amazing. Nah. Nah. Give me that. You will pay for your H pawn. Oh, he's got a response there too. Damn it. You kidding me? Wow. Now I have to sack the exchange. It's unbelievable. Reasonable, but I'm not better. He's so fast, it's like hard to deal with it. There's never any sort of decisive tactic. He literally seems to have a defense to everything. And he's faster than me. I don't crush anybody. What are you talking about? This guy's like crushing me. He's a defense to everything. He's faster than me. How is he so freaking fast? Without ever making a mistake. No serious tactical mistakes. Finally, something. He had rook takes f7 at the end. So, I mean, what an amazing game. Even here, I have no check. I'm sitting there like, wait, I have no check? Your king is out of there. There's no check. I have to play queen b3 now? Apparently I didn't. I was safe. I could have just played up here. Okay. I was panicked. I'm still winning. That was scary. We both had like 100 cent upon loss. The game lasted like 2 hours. Alright. So, Real Gambit, Big Money, Chess Armageddon. Real Gambit is not a subscriber. Sorrow. Britney Spears is here. Great. I hope your dad's doing better, Brittany. Alright. Infinite Flash Chess rated with a party of 30. I didn't even say anything. Sorry, I was in the middle of the craziness there. Infinite, what's up, man? 2 best streamers on lichess right now. That was crazy, crazy game. Sorry I missed all the chat there. Alright, I'm playing Big Money up next, subscriber, and then we'll see what we got. Nobody's cheating. I just think that it's amazing that he's so fast. I mean, it's not like he's 2300 in bullet or something. You know what I mean? It's like 2000. 2000 is easy, you know. But he's really fast. I mean, he defended like somebody who should be much higher rated. You know, I don't play bullet, so I can't really judge, but I think that his defense there in a tough position, it was harder to play white than black. Immediately you get the conspiracy theorists. No. Was there always 3 pandas? That's his pajama, man. That's his sleeping bag. It's not a panda. Some people think that's his nipples. But no. This is his sleeping bag. There was 3 pandas before. Well, there have been 3 different pandas overall. This is probably a good position for white. Asterbait gifted a tier 1 sub to Real Gambit. Is the camera working? No, it's stuck now. But I'll show you. You see? Hey, this is my sleeping bag. Alright. The camera seems to freeze up. Thanks for the raid, Mr. Infinite Flash Chess. How long have you been streaming? It's tempted. It's tempted. I'm tempted to play knight to g5, in other words. Knight g5, bishop e7, knight f7, king f7, e6 check, and all that good stuff. But this is more principled. Bishop d3 is more principled, developing the pieces. Now Ponda could be in for a treat. I think h4 is probably much more... oh, it's supposed to be Weird Wednesday. Why do you have to say that? Now I didn't even think about it. Oh, nobody reminded me. So, it's supposed to be Weird Wednesday. Then why are you playing normal stuff too? Oh man, nobody reminded me. Alright. h4. Weird Wednesday, unusual openings we're supposed to be playing. Well, big money setup almost qualifies as an unusual opening. I mean, b6. I would say now, because he doesn't play like c5 or e6 here. When he plays this move e6, he's turning it, it's just essentially like into like a kind of Owen defense, acerbate style Owen defense. So you did play a weird opening, big money, so it's all right. But last game I didn't, unfortunately. But actually, h4 took us into weird territory. Here we go again. This is weird. This is weird. It's just supposed to be me primarily who's playing unusual openings, but let's like a lot of people go with it, you know, and that's cool. You don't have to be anal retentive about it. You can feel free to play unusual openings yourself. I think h4 here like much more justified than when my last opponent did it, because I have so much space, attacking plans with like rook h3, rook g3. This is far more correct than Ayestes h4. I mean, Ayestes h4 wasn't ridiculous either, but I think it's much more standard in this type of position. So my clock is running. I didn't even realize he played h6. Okay. So as I was saying, probably I have e6 there as some sort of Spielman style pawn sacrifice. I was actually looking for that earlier. Now actually he has some defensive possibilities. Maybe that was a good chance to play it. Although, yeah, here's a good moment to play it. Takes, bishop g6 check, king f8. I don't know what my next move is, but I think it's a decent, like, strategic pawn sacrifice. Is Infinite Flash in chat? He's busy. He's busy, like, doing his show, probably. But yeah, my king will either just stay in the center, walk over here, possibly castle queenside. I thought there maybe big money should play knight f8. This is a standard Pavel Blatny maneuver. It's not a maneuver, it's a maneuver. Czech Grandmaster known for weird openings. Going over the line between normal and overly creative. My h4 pawn is hanging, but his g7 is more important, I think. Now it's very much a French. Ghetto bird. Budapesti ghetto bird. The government, I'm not sure it's the government, but probably the government has some sort of Hungarian ICE in effect or something. They fly too low. It's really annoying. Waiting for like an Ice Cube song to start kicking in when the helicopters start flying low. Run, run, run from the ghetto bird. All right. Magyar ghetto bird. I haven't had time to play e6 yet, but it's in the works. And plus we've got this alternate route. Two possible routes to victory here. Can hear the Hungarian ghetto bird zooming in on the... I live in the hood. Budapesti hood. Oh, G5. Oh. That's kind of annoying, actually. Probably not good, but annoying. Alright. Well, I don't want to open the H file, so he has a point there. H file is not cool. Ghetto bird circles around and then comes back for another pass every 5 minutes or so. And he really flies low. Okay, knight c5. That's the maneuver. That's the other. That's a better maneuver than f8. He's making this difficult for me. I'm truly not happy right now. Our main problem is this. I think I have to go for like e6 or something, just all in. Before things really spiral out of control. It's a fast game, 5+3. No, 6+3. You need glasses. And e2 is almost Imzawitchian. Troll witch. We got... It sounds like I'm in the ghetto. There's an ambulance. Ghetto birds. Alright. I live on the edge of the ghetto. The hood. Should build a border wall. E6. Think this is just a practical sacrifice because I don't want him to have the initiative. I want to have the initiative, and I want his king to be the question, not mine. Right. Now, anything's possible. King safety. There's the issue of knight e4. There's a general issue of development. King f8 was a pretty crafty move by my opponent, I think, to be fair. I'm not happy with my king. Really sharp tactically today. Development here lacking. Both kings pretty wide open. Some wider than others. That was an adventure, and I don't think that my play was super sound. The opening was good, but I let it slip out of control. The object is to keep control. I try to teach the people that I'm training to maintain control over the game. And I think in that game we let it get out of control completely. So that's bad. Okay, subscribers include The Real Grambit, Acerbate, and Blobix. So we'll play those guys first. Someone on sound. Someone on sound? What made you say that? Someone on sound's not even here. Is he? Slenderina. It's like Slender Man. The female Slender Man. Slenderina. Okay. The Real Grambit. C4. Another Bogo Indian maybe. No, we had this before. Okay, I remember now. Now we got to get something new going on. I played Bishop B4 check last time. But I don't really have another move here. That's my problem. I think I played Knight C6 against Turzo Attila. But that's sort of a stupid move. I mean, it doesn't have much independent value. There's really nothing for me to do here. I can try to play C5, but I don't even play the black side of the Benoni, really. I did notice a strange variation. This is somewhat unsound. The Banco. I'm supposed to play weird openings, right? So this is a weird opening. Almost forgot. E5 winning. I do that. This is a bad move now. So it's really weird, but you're supposed to play like pawn takes pawn, bishop g2, d5, and there's a few games, but it's not really good for black, I don't think. But b3 is suspicious. Now we have the ever popular knight takes d5, e takes d5, queen f6 winning the exchange. But does it work in this position? Knight d5, bishop g2. That's weird. Knight d5, bishop g2, queen f6 anyway. Knight d5, cd, queen f6. Knight d5, cd, queen f6, queen c2, queen a1. Something like that. Alright, well, you only live once. Let's just try it. Knight e4. The vulture. We have got ghetto birds. We might as well have a vulture. For a weird move, b3 is surprisingly popular in these type of positions. Oh, you're just copying what I said? I'm not supposed to do that. Come up with your own ideas. My queen is not trapped here, though. Grambit should have taken more time there. Well, now DE, and I lose my rook. So I have to play FE. Normally it's fine to play fairly fast, but I think when you reach a very complicated position, you should slow down. Time Management 101. Seriously, I could start doing like time management classes. Sometimes I'm a bad example though. Could I play D5? I'd rather play Knight C6, honestly. Nothing wrong with Knight C6. The less pawn moves, the better. Less weaknesses. No problem at all. Thanks for subscribing. I guess you were subscribed, but he's also here in Hungary. I always get into time pressure or time trouble. How do you know when to stop calculating and make a move? I mean, I think it's very like based on experience playing with the clock. Um, various animals, various panda animals. It's our mascot, baby monitor. It's not a baby monitor. It's a normal webcam. But that's the audience. Do you know? Maybe you're not familiar with the Muppet Show. They're kind of like the two old men from the Muppet Show. All right, E3. Develop your pizzas. I mean, I was a little concerned about something along the lines of like bishop e4, breaking my king side. Then again, we have tactical chances. Knight b4. This might actually be asking for trouble. Can I have some trouble, please? No, this is strong. He just resigned. Well, it's a problem, right? But technically, technically you can play queen d1, keep your knight protected, and then if queen b2, bishop a8. But black has a raging initiative here, so it's pretty bad. But this is unsound. You know, b3 is probably bad. You're supposed to play like here. If we go to analysis board, you're supposed to take fe6. Now, apparently there's a couple games with bishop b7. I did notice this game with Horvath Chabi and Luka Lanic. My name is Luka, and I live on the second floor. But f takes e6, bishop g2. Just did a little Nebnichi imitation. Bishop g2, d5, and this looks sketchy for black. Somehow black's done alright here. This Jonathan guy seems pretty good too. But I looked at this and I don't know. I'm afraid of knight h3, knight f4 in this type of structure. It's probably kind of dubious for black if white plays this really well. You see there's a lot of wins for white. Not really a safe line. That's why it's a weird opening. Astrobate challenging to 7+3. Chess 960, in case you didn't see me, I do sometimes play Chess 960. Not too much lately. Trolling a roll, inspiring us. Yeah, Uber driver, but I think after queen b2, bishop a8, black's probably winning. Even down the exchange, we have this monster development lead. It's a good resignation. All right, let's get started. The queen always seems to be difficult to get out in Chess 960. I have real issues with that. Balatro, man. It's not subscribers only, but subscribers first. So if you get in the queue now, you might have a chance to play. I'm only streaming for like an hour and 15 minutes more. So, like, if these players stay, I mean, I'm probably playing maximum 5 or 6 games. So if you want to play, you can try to challenge now, but I can't guarantee I'm going to get to play all the games. Very possibly, you won't even get to play. So I don't promise guarantee. Promise guarantee. Usually I don't do Chess 960 on Weird Wednesday, Astrobate, but just for you, because we're buddies, I'll let you. I'll let you play Chess 960 on Wednesday. Dogs. I'm always talking about crushing dogs. I got that from Jorge Samor. He used to always say, I'm going to crush you like a dog. No, he used to say, what was it he would say? Play like a man or die like a dog. Something like that. Alright. The center. We're playing for the center. It's the Philidor. F4. A lot of central pawns here. I was thinking, what just happened? You played King B8? Acerbate, we're not allowed to castle. We gotta move our bishop first. It's so weird playing chess 960 when you're not used to it. I think Acerbate just like tried to castle and mouse flipped his king. Yeah. I have to wait. I'm allowed to castle now. Development looks kind of juicy for white here. Just playing with intuition. What count as a weird move in chess 960? Yeah, there are no openings. Well, it's not weird moves, weird openings. It's supposed to be weird openings. So there are no openings in chess 960. I guess there can be though. It's just that the theory hasn't really been developed. It's sort of like too expansive, too many possibilities. Now I'm overextending myself. The f4 pawn looks vulnerable. I probably went a little too far here. Would have been better to just play like h4 and actually enable my bishop to go to h2 or queen. Yeah, this was a serious overextension because I'm double attacked now. I guess I can play knight f5. Nope, because of g6. Well, maybe I can sack a pawn. My position is so good. Knight g2 seems so passive. Alright, Acerbate. I'll retreat. This Acerbate, all of Acerbate's wins came in the last 20 games against me. He's played 74 games, but all 3 wins are in the last 20. So that's a good sign. He was I'm just trying to think of someone's name. Baseball analogy. I know you European guys know a lot about baseball, but a particular Major League Baseball player just set a record yesterday for the most consecutive at-bats without getting a hit in Major League history. I think, what's his name? The Baltimore Orioles. Former star player who sucks now. He's like 50 at-bats without a hit. Or something like that. Spanning 2 seasons. But Acerbate's doing better. He started off like that, but he's got 3 wins in the last 20, so he's going the right direction. No, seriously, Acerbate, you've improved. No. Bob knows his modern baseball. Jeez. It seems like Acerbate last time we played on Sunday, you did a good job just kind of trying to lock up the position intentionally. all this space. Nothing to show for it. You can just like right click on that player's account. By Toroman, if you see like what I'm doing, you just hover your mouse over the player and you get a little menu. You can actually, you should be able to right click like a challenge like on that. I think I'm screwing up now. Who Esterbate? I don't know, man. If you had taken right away on f4, maybe this is good too. Esterbate is becoming like the hyper modern genius. He doesn't deserve to be okay with so little space here. I played sloppy with HE2 and whatnot. Pulling off the tactic. Wow. Does that even work? Sort of. Not. Sort of. Confusing. He gets 2 pawns and a rook for 2 pieces, kind of standard. Standard material balance. I lost my e5 pawn too. There it goes. Can't fool Esterbate. Nah. It's an interesting queen sacrifice. I don't believe it's enough. Got a bonus piece. Bishop d4, king b1, knight takes, bishop takes d4, knight e2. Yeah, probably I did miss it. I briefly looked for something else. Okay, my material advantage is still not, it's not that large. 2 rooks for the queen is better for him. He's got a pawn as well, so that's 2 points for my extra knight. So I'm up a pawn effectively, material wise. That's not that much. I have like 1 point of material advantage here. Grow your material advantage. He's quite crafty tactically, but if, yeah, so if he plays king move here, that's crazy, dude. You can't afford any more pawn moves. You gotta play king b8. I mean, even king a8 might be okay, but that would allow knight a4. Again, even that might be alright. King b8 looked to be completely okay. Because on knight e7, you can actually pin me with rook on c to e8. And I felt that would be difficult to handle. But now, I'm taking on that e7 pawn with check and playing like knight takes d6. No, I mean, it's completely over. Mating threats. I guess I could play knight d1. Didn't even occur to me. Right, Esther just lost his mind. Mate in 3. Okay, Asterbait. I think it's good practice though, playing Chess 960 for you. Chess like game where you score points. Yeah, that might be fun to encourage people to get into chess a little bit, especially with like kids and stuff. Blobix is the next challenger, and Muleskinner. Both these players are subscribers. Guys, I'm streaming till about 12:15 today, so we'll see how many games we can get in. Please support the stream. Kingly Bingley is now following. Follow. Check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Again, thanks to Infinite Flash for rating. Is he still streaming? Reshevsky would be champ at 960. He had no openings. Wow, he wasn't that bad. I think Reshevsky was better than like Capablanca. But it's funny that they're both child prodigies and both not that into openings. Wonder if that has something to do with it. Probably not. Okay, so Blobix with b3. Usually they play b3 more against e6 type setups, I find. Kingly's a streamer. It's a hybrid between like what I would normally see in a c3 Sicilian. Okay, it's supposed to be weird openings. Blobix played b3. I guess I should play more weird openings today, technically. The real Kingly Bingley. Will the real Kingly Bingley please stand up? Stand up. Alright. Bishop b5 looks like a good move from Blobix. Yep. Yep. You guys know Sesame Street Aliens? Yep. Yes, I'm very childish. I have pandas in the audience. Make Sesame Street references. But it makes it fun, being childish. So here, it's, you know, you can consider sometimes playing e6 and trying to regroup the pawn. Obviously, I'm concerned about this. How strong is Blobix in reality? We don't really know, because these ratings are all provisional. I don't play provisional people, but he's a subscriber, so gave him the benefit of the doubt. So e6 castles. Bishop takes d6, bishop takes g7, rook g8. That actually looks like I might have some play there. But is it enough? Gerekek. Gerekek means children. Yep. Chris Davis, thank you for the. Chris Davis is the new record holder for the most at bats without a hit in like MLB history. Oh my god, the guy had some monstrous contract for like millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars, and then as soon as he got his contract, he just stopped playing well, which happens a lot, unfortunately. I guess you just lose all motivation when you have like $100 million in the bank, surprisingly. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name Chris Davis. It was like too ordinary sounding, you know. Bob Smith. Try to recall that kind of name. Steve Jones, you know. 107 million for what? Yeah, it's surprising that someone would lose motivation, isn't it? What happens on G7? Uber driver, you're so materialistic. Obviously, we're castling queenside, and I'm all in. Just a pawn. BFD, right? It's perfectly safe to take the pawn on G7. Nothing bad will happen to white. You can trust me. That's one of the reasons why I like the Sicilian. As I've said before, if you want to win, you have to create imbalance. I mean, if you want to win against strong players, you have to create imbalance. And one of the ways to do that is to castle opposite sides or not castle. At this point, all right. I'm just gonna play normal chess now, since he didn't take my bait. Very positional game by white. Nimzovich in control of e5. Absolute focus. You see how white is essentially the bishop on b5 taking out the knight on c6 is also control of e5, so he has everything focused on e5. So if you play safe, how far? I mean, I think you can get to 2400 just playing safely. But I've run into problems. I've run into problems at my level. I think you really start having trouble when you get to the IM level or so. People have criticized me for playing too correctly. Like I need to take more risks and purposely imbalance the games more than I do. But I think it's not really a concern when you're under 2200. You know, if you just play correctly, you should basically win all the way up until you're a master. I mean, there's really no reason to go out of your way and try to play crazy imbalanced games if you want to beat someone who's like 1900. You know, I mean, just play correctly and the pieces will fall into place. I think you just have to be a little bit dynamic. You don't want to play the Petrov with black every game, you know. You've got to avoid openings that are the exchange French with the white pieces. You know, positions that are notoriously drawish, you may have trouble. So, but you don't have to go playing radically wild chess on purpose to reach master level. Just playing, you know, not routinely, but correct chess should get you to master level. People just make mistakes. White's play, very impressive. So he's got the mate on g7 again, you know. So I'm not winning a piece. I'm like knight d4, queen d4, and queen h4 for me is an interesting idea. But he just plays g3. Maybe I should do it anyway, for lack of a better idea. But I think I'm only equal here, max. And I don't even know what my plan is, honestly. Okay, I forced him to weaken his king side a little bit. Maybe I can play queen h3, knight f6, knight g4. and try to attack h2. g3, queen h3, knight c6, bishop c6, bishop c6, b c6, and then c4, knight f6. But objectively, white's probably better structurally. French Slav, too many players who play the exchange. Yeah, it's the same thing with playing the Petrov. At that level, below 2200, the exchange French is extremely popular, and it's almost, yeah, it's possible that it's almost legitimate reason not to play the French to an extent. You can try to play more sharply by castling queenside in lines. Now, I think that was a mistake by white not to play g3 there, because it wasn't that dangerous. Visually, it looks a little weakening around his king, but he's still presumably fine here. Now I could try either knight e5 or bishop e5. Well, if you do play the exchange French, then you should play c4, as someone on Sound, one of our viewers here, was promoting recently. Bishop e8, Steinitzian. It's a little too passive for my liking. I mean, he's going a little bit far there, I think. But if you play c4 in the exchange French, you get a little bit of dynamic game. It's a IQP or isolated queen pawn position. There's a lot of chances for both sides, so that's fine. But I mean, my fear is, like, I'm playing the black side of a French and my white opponent is playing for a draw, you know. Same thing in the Petrov. Looking at e5. Queen g6, knight e5, queen g6, knight e5 takes. Maybe I should have played just f6 there. Now it's sort of a technical, torturous technical position. White is slightly better. But maybe not. Now a3 seemed kind of hesitant. I'd rather not lose that pawn if I can help it. Pawnify. Family. Family fork. I've still got the family fork. So we just win a clean exchange. Nasty tactics on the back rank as well. Yeah, he shouldn't trade queens here. More or less routine victory. Traded rooks. Rook c8 was weird. I mean, wait. When did I play rook c8? Sure, I had a good reason. Make sure to put my rook on that diagonal. Yeah. Look at that pre-move skill. Old school pre-mover. Okay. Mule Skinner. More was here. Serious joke. Serious joke, I'm not going to have time to play these games. You guys, actually, all you guys can pack it up because I've got to go in less than an hour. The last challengers have really Cheesy Noob. Cheesy Noob is a subscriber or not? I don't remember. Britney Spears has to go. All right. No rated games. Serious joke, you could resubscribe, resubmit a challenge, but I don't know about the time. I'm gonna play Mule Skinner next. Subscribers first. Tomorrow night, guys, don't forget I've got a subscriber stream. So if you are a subscriber, you can submit a game to my account here, Sparkle Horse on lichess. We go over the game. Weird moves on Weird Wednesday. I wasn't weird enough today. He or she was a WGM. Not a real one. They have a little problem. A little mental problem. Try to be tolerant of the mentally ill. We do try. It's tough. But Chess Armageddon, we'll have to wait. Testosterone on hold. Mule Skinner next. And these other guys, again, I don't know. Cheesy Noob's challenge is a little bit late, I think. If he is a subscriber, let me know, Cheesy Noob, if you're a subscriber. I can't remember. You're Mad Ramos? Alright. Well, we're going to play Mule Skinner. I am. He's not a subscriber. He's like, I'm a subscriber. Alright, Mule Skinner. At least I get white against Mule Skinner because I'm sick of playing the black side of the Grand Prix attack. Oh, Turkey Farm is a sub again. Wow. I didn't realize, man. Thank you for resubscribing. After 2 victories, he resubscribed. He's like, alright, if I can beat you twice, I'll subscribe. I kind of missed the ghetto bird. Normally Mule Skinner plays the Benko. What's up today? Is he changing his openings? Was there some King's Indian last week or something, Mule Skinner? I can't remember all my games. Mule Skinner is approaching the 200 game barrier. 197 so far. This is 198. Who else has close to 200? We know, obviously, Nefredov is like the champion with like 220 plus. There's a number of players over 100. Morales has to be up there. Mule Skinner is one of the highest. Play d4. d4 is best. I mean, this is why I stopped playing c4. Because d4 is so freaking good. I used to play this move order all the time, but I got sick of playing against d4. But what I don't understand is like d4, b4, and then it used to be that f6 was black's best move, but all the top players that face the seem to play bishop g4 now. Actually, f6 seems more problematic. Maybe they're both good. Black he's spoiled for choice. He or she is spoiled for choice in that line. Alright, Mule Skinner, I'm wasting time here just talking. So tomorrow night, subscriber stream. Guys, support the stream. Make donations and subscribe. So we got Turkey Farm subscribed. Resubscribed. This was played against me the other day by... Was it Oms or... No. Uh-oh. This could get sharp. Actually, I'm supposed to play knight on BD2 there or something? That doesn't seem right. But as I said in earlier streams, like black has two good moves here, h6 and d takes c4. Bishop b4 check is like another possibility that's probably not bad. After 200 games, I know you better than yourself. I know too much. The man who knew too much. Bishop d2. Well, this is weird. It's like a Rogozin variation with h6 in. Bishop f6 is safer and always lamer. Bishop h4 is more dangerous. James Clark suggested queen a4 check. Yeah, it doesn't do that much. I mean, I do play that in the Rogozin though. So it's yeah, queen a4 check, knight c6. But I don't know about having the bishop out on g5. Normally it would be back on c1 in the Rogozin. I've done it in an e3 based position. Yes, it's playable. I'm just not sure if it is cohesive with bishop g5 or not. g5, bishop g3, knight e4. Mule Skinner is trying to force the Cambridge strings here. But it can't be a Cambridge strings with h6. Don't look at my FIDE rating. It's too embarrassing. They got my birthday wrong too. All right. Knight d2 right away. That looks weird. This looks actually familiar. See, so e3, g5, bishop g3, knight e4. They can try to win a pawn, whatever, the enemy, with what? Queen a5. I definitely faced queen a5 before there. Bishop f6, bishop c3, check, bc, queen c3, knight d2. It's a very good pawn sack for white. So now we just have a Cambridge Springs where my bishop's on h4 instead of g5 and black has played h6. That probably favors white, I would imagine. None of that nonsense where my bishop is hanging on g5. I would like to play competitively. I play for... I've had a lot of problems in the last 6 months because my mom was ill. And I had to basically take on a second job, like taking care of my mother. But normally I would be playing if I could. It's hard to like work, you know, teaching chess and play. Obviously, middle-aged chess players have this sort of ongoing problem. How to manage like a life and play chess at the same time. I play for 2 teams in Hungary, in the Hungarian Team Championship and in the Budapest Team Championship, but I missed a lot of the season this year, so I only played like a handful of games, basically in the last like. I'm not middle age. Okay, let's just stop it there. I don't want to hear the second part of this sentence. I guess I'm past middle age. E5. Doesn't look right, I would say. This doesn't look very good for black. Just gave up his bishop. What's his idea? Why is black giving up their dark square bishop on c3? I would like to play competitively, but it requires time and money, those wonderful assets that we never have enough of. No, I haven't been playing a lot, and actually I didn't play a lot for years because I didn't play between 2019, 2009 and 2015 almost at all. So the last 10 years I've really played very little, and it's very unfortunate because that would have been good. I've been relatively inactive over the last 10 years. I never completely quit to play, but not enough to really stay sharp. I played my best chess when I was playing the most, probably. Not surprisingly. So this looks good for white. We have a strong center, 2 bishops. Turkey Farm, you're up next. And Morwa. We'll see if we can play a few games, at least 2 or 3. So I'm running out of time, but I don't know where to put my pieces here. Bishop d3, encouraging e4. That seems a bit much. Let's not do that. Say we did. I don't like the way Milskinner played this, giving up his bishop for no reason. It's like a very good Caro-Kann for white now. These 2 bishops should be a huge long-term asset. Plus I have the central pawn majority, or central pawn preponderance, meaning like more pawns in the center of the board. There's like a second static advantage. Azerbaijan just laughing for the sake of laughing. There are no hills in the desert. Gladys Troll, are you sure there's no hills in the desert? Aren't there like huge sand dunes? They don't count though. They're not real hills. He didn't accept you an invitation for reverse Benoni. Shame. Yeah, Fuchsia. Fuchsia is interested in opening theory. No, that's the problem. I mean, I don't want to play this anymore. You know, d4. It's like d4, okay, black's better, or at least equal. It's just not really good for white. Tomorrow night subscriber stream, guys. We're gonna get a little bit war going. Some subscribers, new subscribers. Honda. I got much time. Hey, don't forget tomorrow night. Be here, okay? So, 6:30 p.m. CEST. Subscriber stream. Send your games. Bye-bye. Alright, Panda. That was cheesy. Asterbate cheered. Death Valley. Death Valley chess tournaments. Alright, let's make some more routine moves. I've never been a big one on the Slav type of rook maneuver, but the eventuality of c4 seems assured. Bloby. Bloby's got the sub emotes. Hill Dunes. Dune Billies. Do they have Dune Billies in the desert? Asturbate's a Dune Billy. School. It's an emote battle. Inbred Dune Billies from Vegas. So we got Mule Skinner to play something that is totally, obviously, you know, out of his repertoire. It's Weird Wednesday. I think that Mule Skinner wanted to play something different, and that's cool because I didn't cooperate. I just keep playing normal openings today. Sorry. I tricked you guys into playing weird openings, and I'll just play my normal openings. It was good because one of my students crushed one of Esterman's students the other day. But I'm not going to gloat about it. It's only natural. It's the way it should be. It's the way of the world. Good versus evil. Evil will always lose. Although I drink for evil, I don't support evil in general. Alright. Only when I'm drinking. Bishop takes e5. Evilman. Just kidding. We're just kidding. A little friendly rivalry. Every joke, there's a little bit of seriousness. This is everything you want with your. Can I have my two bishops? Can I have my two bishops with a little bit of center? Oh, look at that! It's bringing it. Bring in the counterplay. Little knight h3 check. Doesn't even do anything. But Mule Skinner is providing adequate central preponderance. Systematic Bazooty. Oh no. He's got a grip now. That I should have never allowed that. Now I'm in trouble. He's got a grip on my c4 square. Oh, he's got knight b2 too. I don't mind exchanging here though. I mean, this has gone a little too far at this point. White's just too much better. Let's just finish him off before I get any more sleepy and drop a piece. In my tournament yesterday, I did it twice. I dropped pieces in winning positions. All right, Thank you for playing Weird Opening, Mule Skinner. I'm going to play a Weird Opening this game, for real. Joker emote. Joker emote is tier 2. You have to subscribe to tier 2 to get the Joker emote. G3. Testosterone. Just for the Panda. Yes. Yes. Shirazi. Kamran Shirazi. Played just like in a Paris coffee house. H5. Alright. X22 style. G3, H5. Let's go. Yes, Venezuela. But I wasn't with the Russian, you know, the Russian entourage, Gladys Troll. This was a long time ago. New Joker movie coming out. Actually, the trailer looks okay. Not that great, but not bad. I'm optimistic about the new Joker movie. No, the greatest thing about Venezuela is they're very, you know, they're very like straightforward. Basically, you know, they don't mess around. When you arrive at the airport, your stuff is already stolen from your bag. There's none of this like robbing you on the street necessarily. You know, they just get it straight away, you know. So you don't have to worry about it later. You don't have anything left to steal, basically. They just get you before you even get out of the airport. And that was in the old days. All right, acerbate. What else happened to me in Venezuela? I had an interesting experience at a strip club. Can't talk about that. There was something else that happened in Venezuela. That's the only place, sadly, that I've been in South America. I'd love to go to like Argentina. Argentina, Chile. If I could visit anywhere. No, don't worry, troll. Not that. But I can't go into any details. I've sworn those grandmasters to secrecy. I mean, they've made me swear to secrecy. Bishop b7. Venezuela, I was there in 99. It was actually pretty stable. That's before it started getting crazy. It was before Chavez even took power. Okay, H4. Why did you ask about South America? America. That wouldn't be really an interesting story by Turo Man. That would be going to the store and buying something, you know. It's like going to the store and buying something doesn't make an interesting story. No, interesting story is an interesting story. It's something else. But it is not fair to tease interesting stories and not tell them, I admit. Okay, we're playing fully acerbate style. Except acerbate normally omits the h5. He likes to do the fianchetto, the half hippo with knight d7. Interesting stories involve friends. Yeah. It's one of those stories like you want to tell but you can't. You're sworn to secrecy. Maybe I should have played knight f6 there. But anyway, he could play bishop g5. I've been impressed by testosterone lately. There were several people involved, several grandmasters who I cannot name. Ponda was with me, and Kasparov. No, wasn't Kasparov. All right. It's one of those stories you can only tell your closest friends. That's the problem. I've never been to Mexico. I never felt really safe about the idea of traveling to Mexico. And it's definitely not. I have friends from Mexico, so, you know. I have a lot of friends from Mexico. Not a lot, but a significant number. Needless to say, you know. They don't live in Mexico. I wonder why, you know. But I guess it used to be a nice place to visit. Not so much anymore. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad wanted to like maybe buy like some property in Mexico, but it was just a kind of idea, never materialized. I have a friend from Baja, and he went to school with me, around the same year. Mexicali. Yeah, yeah. It's not bad, but I fully support Mexico, and I have Mexican boots actually. I'm not in favor of the border wall or anything like that. Anti-Trump. All right, Queen F4. What do we do? Interesting move. I don't know. Testosterone has started to develop into kind of an interesting player here. Just pieces, no pawns. I can't believe I started with H5. How safe Testosterone played. Well, the biggest problem in Infinite Flash Chess is the avocado problem. Obviously. I mean, I think there's more places that export mangoes. But avocados are, you know, more widely grown probably. Kind of a narrow market of production for avocados. Mangoes you can get from anywhere. Walmart. My Mexican boots, no. I don't wear them when I'm streaming. Only when I want to protest the border wall. Viva Mexico. So E4. All right, so if I go here, very acerbate style. This game turned into like a positional struggle. I was like starting with G3, H5. Now it's like we all toned it down into a closed maneuvering struggle. I just always imagined that more mangoes would come from like Central America. They had a lot in Venezuela. Like that would be a very typical dessert or something. Mango shakes. They had really good tropical like shakes when I was in Venezuela. Now like they have nothing left. Tragedy. No, I love mango ice cream. Or sorbet. What have you. Mangoes are great. But I wasn't aware that the best ones came from Mexico. Never really thought about it. Can they grow mangoes in the United States in like California and Florida, or is it's not tropical enough, right? Um, they're like really tropical fruits. We probably get our mangoes from like Africa here. India and Pakistan, yeah, they have the mango lassi. Testosterone, what is this going to be the longest game of the stream? Now what do I do? B5, weaken my queen side. All right, man. The positional master. He's beat me 2 out of the last 3. He's got 2.5 out of his last 4. Of course, I dropped a rook in a winning position. This was insane yesterday. I mean, I was plus 22.5 against Testosterone in the game yesterday. That's a little hard to take when you're plus 22.5 and lose. I think that's like my all-time record, probably. But e5 is kind of controversial because I'm weakening the d5 square. Very, very principled play by white. Also, excellent time management. Like optimum time management. That's what he did to me yesterday. He made me like think I was doing okay because I was ahead on time. This is actually pretty bad for me. He's playing like a grandmaster again. Very solid, very correct. Keeping the tension. I liked queen f4, no weaknesses. Yeah, white is better. There's no question. This is unsound. You know, he's punished my unsound play. Basically, I don't know what to do. Well, I have a serious king problem, you know. Infinite chess is like, oh no, it's a slight plus. What are you gonna do? Well, I can't castle kingside without dropping d7, and I can't castle queenside without resigning. I mean, castle queenside looks extremely, extremely dubious. My whole position is unsound, more or less. The only hope is that white makes some mistakes because of the time. You know, essentially he's played perfectly. So I'm running out of moves because I have less space and my king is stuck in the center. Now he did what a lot of players do. They kind of chicken out when they have a better position but less time. So now we have an interesting choice. Should I castle? I can't allow knight g5 without serious problems. I was even thinking about rook h6 at one point. Bishop h3, just a matter of time till that comes. But in general, I don't like his exchanging on e5. I think he made a mistake. He gave up most of his advantage when he exchanged on e5. And then the rest of his advantage, well, I mean, I'm not sure then. He gave up most of his advantage or all of his advantage basically when he played d takes e5. So now what? We're just like equal. Totally equal position. I mean, if this was a tournament game, I would try to find a way not to trade both sets of rooks. But it looks a little hard to do that. I think the optimal playing for a win would be to trade one pair of rooks, but not the other. He's thought of everything. Yes. Sees everything. The all-knowing. The all-seeing eye. Testosterone, what is your rating? You're playing really well. His time management reminds me a little bit of Zen chess. My God, I didn't even see this. Was I like losing at the end there at one moment? Probably like losing at some moment. Yeah, no, I wasn't losing. So he was hanging on. He was actually, yeah, he was winning at one moment. If he plays knight f4 check, yeah, I had gone too far. So knight f4 check, king d2. He has some winning line. The two pawns are too strong. Wow. Check this out. e3 check. Maybe the engine can't calculate far enough. I don't know. What's actually happening here? Okay, so actually it's not clear. The stockfish on the quick examination says that black is lost here, but I wasn't. So this is like forced. Knight f4 check. I'm actually not, that graph is wrong. I'm not lost. Knight f4 check. King d2. Now what does he do? Well, it's not that Stockfish is weak. It needs time to analyze the position. The quick analysis just goes through too fast. So now that the engine's saying h5. But it's not good for me. So I'm fighting for a draw, basically. I thought I could just blast through. But apparently I'm on the verge of losing here. Just barely hanging on. Okay, tough game. Alright, like how much time do we have left? Morwa. And this game, maybe one more game. I'm not gonna have time for these for sure. Chess Armageddon. I think the engine needs a lot of time to work that endgame out because it's just a massive amount of forced calculation. But Chigorin played h5 here and got crushed in the World Championship. Probably it was a draw. That endgame. Freakazoid. I kind of like this. Bishop g4 is very risky for black. Oh, it's weird openings, of course. Summer Wasp playing something crazy. I forgot. I always forget, man. Think, but in the end, it comes down to a time scramble. Well, it was a draw and endgame to begin with, you know, and then I just managed to push him on the clock from an equal endgame to sleazy win due to time. I was toying with the idea of g4 now. Okay, this is most principled, I guess. Playing against his bishop. I had to beat Turkey Farm. He'd beaten me twice. The last one, the 2022 point material advantage, was too much for me. Look at this, counteractive. C5. So now what? Maybe just like bishop f4? Seems kind of weird. I feel like I'm playing the London system or the Trompowski. So my original plan was to play knight c4, but then after knight b6, I was kind of like, yeah, I should just do that probably. Knight c4, knight b6, e4. That would have been better. Bishop f4 is kind of weird. I guess I forgot I could just play e4 and recapture. This move is probably alright too. The problem is g6 doesn't work. You can't develop that way. Now he wants to play knight h5. I mean, c5 was well motivated to destroy my center, but it probably was too much. So instead of destroying my center, it just lurched forward and became even more imposing than it was before. He sees that that's going to be a problem, of course. So now the object of the whole thing was to kill the bishop on g6. So we managed to achieve that. I don't want to give him e5 with tempo. So I guess we'll go here. I mean, I can take en passant on e6, honestly. Change the game. Wow. Ponda, loving it. The Ponda. This is going to be the last game for me, guys. Sorry, Chess Armageddon. I got to go to the hospital and visit my mom, so thanks for hanging out and waiting. I'm sorry I can't play that last game, but I'm thinking now this game is going to be already 12:05. I have to leave around 12:15, so I wanted to play one more game, but I got to go. I got to go to the hospital, visit my mom. We're going to be back tomorrow night, Thursday, subscriber stream at 6:30. Now we've got rook b3, rook a3, rook b3. Trapping the old queen. Marwah's tricky and he's talented, but he played a risky opening here. Though my move may be kind of dubious. He could sack a pawn now with c4. That's an interesting move. Seems consequent. I've got to take it and then queen e3 check, probably nothing for black, but he does have e5, e6, knight c5, and other assorted trash he tries. Play up 3-2 with random opponent. Well, that's the most I have time for. Armageddon's challenge was like 7+3. If Armageddon wants to challenge me to 3+2, I would play that, but that's all that I have time for. What's the best way to defend this? Just rook b3. He'll get me with... Well, there's like bishop... Let's see, bishop f2. Sort of like whatever I do, there's going to be something unpleasant here. Somebody challenged me. So he challenged me to 5+3. Similar to 3+2, but not the same. I got to go to the hospital, so the most I can do is 3+2. I'll just berserk against him or something. I guess I can play d6 if I have to, but I don't like it. Sacking the exchange, not an option. Well, sacking the exchange is an option, actually. But it depends on how you want to sack it. I'm going to have to castle here. Oh, he did that. Unexpected. I thought he was going to play knight c5. I'm fully prepared to just castle and give him my rook. Why is there a rook on a3? It's like a Benoni. Chess Quack. Wow, Chess Quack is here. Where's Peep and Chirp? Just kidding. Good to see you, Chess Quack. Long time no see. Armageddon challenged me 1.4. Alright, I play 1.4. That's fine. Chess Quack. My mom's in the hospital. She's really sick. So Now he plays knight c5. Another exchange sacrifice. Rook b7. Knight b7, queen b7, rook c3. And then I lose all my pieces. The problem with taking on c5, man, I mean, it just destroys my whole life. But queen e5 check. And then take. Thanks, Fuchsia. Every day I go to the hospital. Like 1 minute my mom's like dying, the next minute she's gonna be okay. Like, I don't know what to think anymore. It seems like every time it's like a different diagnosis. I'm doing this for like 6 months now. It's really hard to live in like an unsure existence. Stay dead. All I ask is that the bishop on g6 stays out of my life. So basically f5 would change that, wouldn't it? No f5. Do you hear me? There is going to be no f5. There will be no f5 at all, ever. Britney Spears back again. f5 anyway. What? That's crazy. Played f5 anyway. Now I'm just ready to give you an exchange or whatever you want. We can make arrangements. Have another pawn. I mean, this feels greedy, but I'm hungry. The more the merrier. Bishop d5. As I said, I don't mind giving you the exchange. I have no qualms. No qualms with that. Help yourself. It's many pawns now. 4 pawns for the exchange. That's got to be good. Rook takes d5. Oh my gosh. I'm about to lose on time. This is particularly bad for black. Pawn just queens itself. Or does it? Not necessarily. No, you want a piece now? Kidding me. I'm gonna lose. So sleazy. Ah, so sleazy playing for time there. I can't believe it. Oh, man. What a way to end it. How could I lose this endgame? God, I have 4 pawns for the exchange. This move was the key moment when I reached for a5 and I realized he had rook b5 winning the pawn. So I played bishop c6, and now he moves his king, and now I could have played a5, but I didn't. But to lose this is ridiculous. I could have just taken on h5 here, for example. Alright, well anyway, good game, Roa. Good try. Last game against Armageddon. 1+4. This counts as blitz. I don't want anything counting as bullet. That would ruin my record of no bullet games. You should see my 2 losses from yesterday, Chess Quack, where I dropped a bishop in one move, and then I lost from 20 plus 22.5 against Turkey Farm. I don't think I've ever done that before. Now, I'm never going to stop crying about that. I mean, you drop a whole rook and you go from 20 to, one mere rook, and you go from, imagine that, a mere rook, and I go from plus 22 to minus 8. In one move. It's just not fair. I mean, how can you lose 14 points of material with one rook drop? Sacrifice, actually. I didn't drop it, I sacrificed it. They're different. Yeah, we've all lost plus 50 before. It happens all the time. What's the highest you've ever had? How can you be like beyond plus 22 without like forced mate on the board? Chess Armageddon seems like he likes this Rubinstein versus Nimzovich type structure. Stalemates. Asterbate is a stalemate pro. Now what? Queen h4. The plan of rook f6. Polgar, you did. I had this student who was like 2100, and he was playing a long game, and his opponent like put a bishop en prise with check, and he didn't see it. Like they both didn't see a bishop is en prise with check. And that's a bit much if you're like 2100. Pawn sacrifice? What? Dude, stop with his wishing sucks. Driving me crazy. Pawn niblets. Well, he wants to play that. Just when I get greedy, he has a good move. I don't know. This guy's got a weird time management system. A little like Zen Chess also. Increment Pro. It's so common to see the Increment Pro. What's this about? He dropped a piece? I didn't expect him to drop a piece. Rook F6. Alright, anticlimactic game. I thought I was going to lose. So greedy to take on A4. Ridiculous. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for playing. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Chess Quack said, reminds me of a student who hung a rook with a checkmate in one in under 2200. They both didn't see it and he went on to win. That was extraordinary. They both, the opponent and he, didn't see a mate in one. Alright, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Chess Quack, for hanging out. I'll see everybody, let's see, tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. CEST. Thanks for the Ponda. Thanks, Infinite Flash, staying awake to be our moderator. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Take care.